Hello class. Today we're going to be using our concept anchoring routine that you all should be familiar of, but of course I'll go over again. We're going to discuss a new concept today of vertebrate skeletons. Okay, we'll learn all about those, and during it you're going to take notes. I passed out these sheets for you. We keep those in our binder, and you're going to keep it in your binder right there for future reference. We will keep using it throughout this unit for you to refer back to, and for and for reviewing before test, etc. And the whole point of these anchoring tables that we use is to help connect new concepts with old ones that you already know very well, and then when you think of how they're connected and the characteristics that they share, it will help you remember the new lesson better. Okay? So if it's difficult for you to understand, we'll think of something really easy for you to connect it with. All right, so follow along with me. We're going to write down in our box number 1 the new concept of vertebrate skeletons. Okay, so write that down. Vertebrate skeleton. Okay. Next, we're going to look at our known concept. So, believe it or not, the known concept that somehow connects to vertebrate skeletons is a wire coat hanger. Okay, so write that down in box 2. Good job. Then we're going to look at the column where it says known information, and you're just going to write your own little notes over here in that column like we have before. All right, so if I were to ask you, if we brainstormed as a class, what do we know about wire coat hangers? What's right in your closet. You might have plastic ones, but think of old-fashioned wire ones you may have seen. What's a known characteristic?
It has a wire and a triangle.
Yes, good job. Okay, so write that down. It's in a triangle shape. What else does it have? How does it hang in the closet?
There's a hook.
There's a hook at the top. Yes, okay. So write that down. What can you use what do you hang up? Do you hang up socks? Do you hang up hats? Do you hang up shirts? What do you hang up?
I usually hang up shirts, but sometimes I use it for hanging up socks if they have to try
What?
out.
Okay, well we'll write down today, how about coats or clothes? Let's think outside of the box here. What's another characteristic that these have?
I like to use them for marshmallows and fires.
Oh, you can also unbend them.
Mm-hmm.
But what is, if you were to use them for marshmallows?
You can bend them.
You're writing down in the wrong spot. You're supposed to put it right here.
Oh.
We're brainstorming right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you
wire can bend.
Change it, yeah, it bends. So the wire, you can maneuver it and change it. And yeah, some families like to just change the whole entire concept of the wire and make it into roasting marshmallow device. Okay. Does it break down easily? What are we dealing with here? Usually what kind of material?
Well, it's metal, so
they're typically metal. Yeah, wire's metal, so you can write down
so it can get rusty if you leave it outside.
Yeah, it could get rusty if you leave it outside. So how about we write down it can get rusty, and is it gonna wear out easily?
No, because it's metal, and so it will last a long time.
Lasts a long time. Okay, so some known information that we have that you should all have down some of these, okay? We brainstormed that it's in the shape of a triangle. Typically, there's a little hook on top. If I had a big whiteboard behind me, I might draw a picture of that. We use it to hang up coats or clothes, sometimes socks in some households. They can bend, we can put them into different shapes. They last a long time because they're metal, but they can also rust because they're metal. Okay, Good job. All right, so now that was some brainstorming that we did. Now we're going to move to number 4, which is similar, but we're going to name characteristics of our known concept, which is the wire coat hanger. I think every one of you knows what that is based on our brainstorming discussion. And we are going to do the characteristics. All right, so that means qualities, traits, attributes. So what can we put as a first characteristic?
It has a triangle and a hook.
Yes, so it has a triangle and a hook. Okay, so you can write that down. Let's see, it also, I'll give you the next one, it gives shape to the coat. So a lot of times coats will have padding in the shoulders, or they need to hang a certain way, and so you need to put it on the hanger at the seam so that it hangs in the correct shape. All right, and then if you bend it to say roast marshmallows or hang up a coat that's a really different shape, then what can you do?
You can make it the original shape and it goes back to what it was.
Yeah, so because it can be bent, it can be returned back to its original shape. So it's malleable. So we'll put can be bent and returned to its original shape, okay? And then what is another thing that we should put? Because we talked about it being metal, it can get rusty, but what is the characteristic?
It lasts a long time.
Yes, so it lasts a long time. All right, good job. So that's our characteristics of our known concept. Now, some of you may be thinking, why are we talking about this if we're going to be learning about vertebrate skeletons? Well, there's actually quite a few things that they have in common, some characteristics that they have in common. So we're going to go next. So we've already done our steps, right, with anchoring routine. I announced the new concept in box 1. I named the known concept in box 2. And then we have C, we collected brainstorming information. We highlighted characteristics. Okay, who knows what comes next? It's the letter O. We went through it last week. Yes, observe. Good job. So number 5 is going to correlate with O in the anchoring routine of observe. So we're going to list words or phrases that describe characteristics of the new concept. And this sets it apart from the known concept. So it's going to be on that column 5 because it's way over here under vertebrate skeleton. And then later we're going to reveal what they share, okay? But for now, I want you to write down in column 5 that a vertebrate skeleton in line 1 has a backbone, skull, arms, legs, and more, or etc. Okay, and the vertebrate skeleton also gives shape to the body. Okay, it can bend and return to the original shape, right? Our bones don't bend, but the whole entire skeleton can bend. Kind of like how my fingers are bending right now. I'm not breaking them, but I'm bending it and then straightening it. Okay? And if you live an old, long life, those skeletons really hold up. They last a long time, don't they? So, last a long time. And those are our characteristics of the new concept, okay? Now, we're going to move to R, to column 6 in the middle. We're going to link these up, okay? These are words or phrases that name parallel characteristics between vertebrate skeletons and wire coat hangers. And so, if we look at this and it says, has a triangle and a hook, has a backbone, skull, arms, legs, etc. So it's what they have as far as what they look like. What could we call that?
It has a shape.
Yep, so it has a known shape. If you talk about a wire coat hanger, we probably know the shape. If you talk about a skeleton, we probably know the shape. Good job. All right, so the next one gives shape to the coat, and the skeleton gives shape to the body. So we have a coat and we have a body. What does that mean for the characteristic shared? What do these do?
It gives the shape to something else.
Yes, good job. So write down, everyone, provides shape for something else. All right, and then the next one can be bent and returned to original shape. And then the skeleton can bend and return to original shape. Those are exactly the same. If you can bend and return to your original shape, what's another word for that if you have something that you can just kind of move and move back?
Stretchy.
It's stretchy.
Flexible.
If I could touch my toes, would that mean I was stretchy or would that mean I was flexible?
Flexible.
Yep, flexible. Okay, now the last one we wrote down is that both of these last a long time. Okay, so that's another one that matches exactly. What does something have to be in order to last a long time?
It has to be weather resistant.
Weather resistant. I guess our skeletons are weather resistant. Yes.
It has to be tough.
Can it be soft and mushy? Or do you think maybe it needs to
be strong.
Yeah, so right. They are both strong and tough. A wire hanger really is strong and tough if you think about it, and so is a skeleton. Yes, they could technically break. We can cut those hangers with some wire cutters. We can break a bone, but it takes a lot of effort and impact, if you will, to break those. So they're both very strong and tough. All right, so that's awesome. Now, who remembers what comes next? The S in this whole thing.
State.
Yep.
Say.
Stating our understanding. Good job. Okay. Good remembering that. All right. So number 7, our box at the very bottom, is stating our understanding of the new concept. Okay. So if you just have to take what's in number 5 and write it in a sentence. So I want you to take your own time, write some sentences that correlate with number 5, our characteristics that we wrote down, and then I'll ask for a volunteer to read what they wrote. Yes, okay.
A vertebrate skeleton has a backbone and skull and arms and legs and all the rest of the body parts, and it gives shape to the body. It can bend and return to its original shape. And the skeleton lasts a really long time.
That's so good! Good job! You used full sentences and they were all excellent. I'll look at that later and make sure you have all your capitals and your periods, but that sounded so great, Israel. Good job. All right, so now we do our review. Okay, so at the beginning, when I told you what this was, that was our cue. The whole anchoring table is our do, so we just did that together. Now I'm going to review. So we have our anchoring table and we have our cue, do, review. We always do in this class for bringing up new concepts. And we have all of our pages in our notebook. So to review, who can name one characteristic of a skeleton? Yes.
It's flexible.
Yes, good job. Okay. What did we use to help us understand our new concept? Does anyone remember? I've said it probably 10 times. Yes. Wow, you're a star student today. Right in the front.
A coat hanger. Wire coat hanger.
No, what did we use? What did we use today?
The anchoring table.
Yes, yes, okay. Why did this, oh, but you're right. We used the new concept, we used the old concept that we know to help us with the new concept. So good job, you were right about that. Why did this known concept help us understand the new one? Why do you think I chose a wire coat hanger for this lesson?
Because it has a lot of things that skeletons do.
If I had chosen a blob of silly putty, do you think it would have worked as well?
No.
Probably not. I think a wire coat hanger had some good things that you can remember. All right, and does everyone know what they should do with this? Remember, we have a special place it's going to go.
Into my notebook.
Yes, so you're going to keep it in your notebook. And then how are you going to use it in the future?
I'm going to review it if I have questions about it.
Yep, and we will have a test on this, okay? And so this is how you can review the known concept, the new concept, what they share, and then your excellent sentence or sentences that you wrote down in number 7, understanding the new concept. All right, well, that was our lesson on vertebrate skeletons. Let's see what's next.